What's good, folks? Welcome back to Mike and Mike. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell everyone you can share this with, and have them subscribe. So please like, share, and subscribe. I thank you for taking the time out to join us one more time to sit and for us to entertain you, bring you some facts, bring you some idea, some mind-boggling things that may be happening in a society, food for thought, things that you may not thought about, and based on what we brought to the table, it would encourage you to do something for the better, for growth, for wealth, whatever the case may be. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. To my immediate right, we got Angel, a.k.a. Prime Minister Khalees in the house.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Far too kind. Yeah. And our troublemaker is not here. He's on vacation. I don't know, maybe he's trying to link up with Miss Tox. And Miss Tox says, hell no, get out of here.
She's not having that.
But she not trying to have that. So he probably over there pleading on his knees, on bending knees like Boys to Men.
He's here in spirit.
But he's here in spirit. And we have other Mike, which is here in spirit. So he soon come. I mean, he
Baby Trump.
Yeah, Baby Trump, we don't yeah, he will soon return. Like the prodigal son. Anyway,
That's
and last
fact.
but not least, you got Mike, a.k.a. Maga Porter in the house, baby. Yeah.
100%.
No bullcrap, nincompoop. Anyway, so we're going to jump right into a program. We have a few topics we want to discuss. We're going to stay in a little political realm a little bit, and we're going to jump into the financial situation. But without triggering any political stem first, we're going to jump into Mr. Angel, I would say, a little expertise. So, Angel.
Oh, man, you guys put me in.
What's going on with the
right?
financial situation right now? What do you think it's happening when you look on the circumstances in the U.S., financially, what you think, what we can do, or what you think the strategy where the government can pull for us, for it to benefit us as the public, for it to benefit, you and your family, et cetera, et cetera. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is a very grim perspective right now. It's a broad overview, just trying to look into the forecast of things. It's not looking really good from an economic standpoint, but I think personally there's a lot that we can do, to conserve costs, to stretch our money. This is pretty much have our money go a longer way, by just whether it's scaling back on our spending, just being a little more conscious, a little more aware, and not fall victim to, we don't want to be cold, we want to help people, but at the same time, we don't want to help to a fault.
Right.
So pretty much just knowing what we could absorb, knowing what we have the ability to do. You understand? So definitely be conscious, watch our pockets, do it yourself. I'm always a big proponent of that.
Well, folks, on piggybacking off that is that I'm guilty myself. So we have to start focusing on, as what they have in society, a slogan or a say. They call it, you have to start putting away for a rainy day.
Yeah.
So I know it's tough for the economy right now. It's really tough for you to try to even save a penny, because when you try to put something away, circumstances happen, things happen, and you wind up have to dig into the rainy day money.
You reserve.
To go and take care of something, whether it's emergency, whether it's a family issue, if you're single, Something may happen if you have a car. Something may happen
But-
where you have to go in.
But you have it kind of like a safety net.
Right. But the issue is that now, based on how the economy is running, it's pulling people away from even trying to set up a rainy day money because things
they
are
don't
so
have it?
expensive now. And then you're looking at the minimum wage. A lot of people you find is not, the average right now is making $21, $18, $19 an hour. Okay. You really find, I wouldn't say really, but it's a low number where people making 35, 40, 50 $50 an hour. I mean, that can kind of sustain a family, especially if you're a single person. That can, because that probably...
A family? What do you mean when you say a family? Like, how many individuals in the household?
Yeah, so it all depends on how many individuals in the household. I mean, at 50, you're looking at, 40 to 45 to $50 an hour. You calculate that, probably run out to what? Like maybe 70,000 a year.
What's that?
I mean, making like $45 an hour to $50 an hour.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it close to about 70, 80,000 a year, calculating based on my memory, around there. So, but at the same time, that sounds like a lot of money. But I've seen people out there that making $80, $70, $90,000 and still struggling. Some of them they may have past financial issues, past financial balance where maybe they have a car. And sometimes there are things where we go out and we buy is not necessarily the
luxury stuff.
Yeah. Start buying needed stuff, not wanted stuff. Now, I'm not telling you that to don't enjoy life. But we have to put things, and I'm preaching to myself because I am also guilty.
I'm preaching to myself.
Yes, some of these things, what I'm sharing with you, I am also guilty, like almost right around the clock. So I am trying to develop this discipline where we started putting away our funds. Let's try to do some math. If you do, let's say you make $1,000 a week. If you're single, you'll probably live in a one-studio apartment, or you may be sharing.
Or a studio? A one-bedroom or a studio?
Yeah, one-bedroom or a studio. The average apartment for without sharing right now, it's about $1,500 to $2,000, and that's just like a studio. A two-bedroom I know go for like $20-something hundred, and sometimes somewhere you can also, it's rare now, you can get a two-bedroom for like $1,800, $19, under $2,000, but it's rare. I mean,
extremely rare.
Yeah, it's extremely rare. Anything two-bedroom, one-bedroom is almost $2,000 right now. So imagine a two-bedroom, and then a studio, it's like in the ballpark of like $1,500 and change, and maybe somewhere up there. So you're looking at you're taking about $1,500 out of your paycheck, so that if you're making $1,000 a month, you take $1,500. Let's say you're in a studio, you take $1,500 out of the $4,000 you're making a month, because 1 times 4.
1 times 4 is 4.
Right. So you're getting $1,000.
I know you ain't just question yourself, man.
You're making $1,000, and you have 4 weeks in a month, so you're getting $4,000 a month.
Right.
A month. So at the end of the day, you taking what? Say 15. Let's start with a low number. You're taking like $1,500 out of the $4,000. What you think you have left?
You taking what?
$1,500. Like let's say for rent, you're taking $1,500 out of $4,000.
Okay, you have about
$2,500 left, right? So now you have $2,500. You need to buy food, and I don't know if you may have a car, you may not have a car. You may use public transportation. Public transportation. You have to buy your food. What else you may have to take? I mean, this is for like a single individual. You'll be kind of all right, from that standpoint.
You still got to buy like whatever.
But so you buy groceries. You pay your rent.
Omni ticket or something like that, or what is you still got to buy a bus pass or your train.
Yeah,
pass.
but that's not gonna be that much. Remember, you have $2,500 now to work with because you just pay your rent for $1,500, and we just started talking about just that studio or that one bed, not even
Alright,
one bedroom.
So
that
let's go.
studio.
Let's go as far as necessities. What's necessity for somebody like, on relatively speak, you have rent.
That's necessary.
That's a necessity.
Yeah.
You have food.
That's necessity as well.
About how much a week would you say food would cost?
I mean, if we're talking about single, right? So we calculating that for a single person, some people, most of the people I see, I can cook, but I still buy food outside when I can, and I can go home and spend that $20 or $30 and buy me 2 fish, buy me 2 snapper, buy me 2 couple pieces of chicken.
You got a really thrifty guy. I like that. I like that.
And a 5-pound bag of rice, which is like for $4 and change. Right there, that $20 give me like 3 days of food, worth of food.
A bully beef.
And bully beef, right there. So that $20 give me, because you can get a case of chicken. When a case of chicken, meaning those little wrap case where you have like five, 6 pieces of chicken inside of it, whether it's breast, leg, thigh, or whatever the case may be. So you buy one of that for $5 and change. You buy a 5-pound rice. That's sometimes $5.60. Depends on the type of rice. I buy jasmine rice or the basmati.
Wait, you gotta cook that?
Yeah, those are like the king of rice. It's like the king of cars or the king of something in food. That's the king of rice. So the basmati and the jasmine rice. Those rice are expensive.
I've seen that. Those are like the premier quality kind of rice.
Those are the highest level. Yeah, the high level rice. Those are like bougie rice. Put it that way.
I buy them too. They need like 90 seconds. You put them in the microwave.
You cook rice in the microwave? I don't know, but yeah. So those rice. I mean, for a 5-pound, where I always go and buy on the jasmine side, you hardly can. It's hard to find. I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's not every restaurant, not every supermarket sell the basmati rice. You really have to hunt it down. But the jasmine rice, it's pretty popular. Most of the supermarket, the delis, not really the delis, but most of the supermarket would carry it. But it's still expensive. For a 5-pound, you could get it for like $10, and it depends on the jasmine, the manufacturer. So for the I think for the long, I forget it, but it's a purple and clear bag. That's the original one I learned off, and that one is expensive. The 10-pound is like
you gotta cook it.
10-pound. Huh?
You gotta cook it.
Yeah, I mean all the rice you gotta cook. I mean it's not.
The one I'm saying comes in a bag.
So it's already cooked.
Yeah, you just put it in the microwave for 90 seconds.
And you're good to go.
What? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I cook my rice from scratch. But at the same time, as I said, folks, so you have that. So now you have, let's say, we're going to deal with
$50 a week. So now you got $2,000.
So, well, it depends on, it depends if he's $50 for groceries or $50 what he spend to buy food or she.
Food. For a single individual, I don't know, because that would be the equivalent of like less than $5, less than $10.
So he has $2,500. She or he has $2,500 to play with, right? So for food, you look and a single individual live by themselves. I would say maybe $100, $80.
Wait, how much an hour are we talking about? The single individual.
Well, we calculate that.
Speaking,
we calculate they're making $1,000 a week, right? So you remove tax from that. You take this is the net, right? This is after tax. You're making about $1,000.
That's the equivalent of like $25 an hour for somebody working 40 hours a week.
So pretty much, right? So you have 25 an hour. You're making 25 an hour. You get about $1,000. Well, let's say you take tax out of it. If you take tax out of it, they're gonna take tax
about
out of it.
$750.
So you're looking at about $750, right? So let's say that's your net. So your gross is like $1,000. Your net now is like 750. So you have 750. So now you're gonna take and pay your rent. So now you're gonna take so you're gonna take 2 weeks of our paycheck to pay your rent, because you're looking at 7 and 7 is 14, and plus if it's 750, you're getting back. So that is exactly those
$1,500.
That 2 weeks is exactly your rent money.
Right.
So you have another $1,500 now to work with, because remember, you're getting after tax, you're getting 750.
Right.
So you have like another $1,500 to work with. So with that $1,500, now you want to buy food and light bill.
I forgot about utilities.
You're gonna pay light bill. Then if you have a cell phone bill, most people are gonna have that's a cell phone bill. I think you have to pay light and gas. Doesn't matter if it's in an apartment or not. They're gonna charge you based on when you cook. If you cook, if you don't, then you're pretty much gonna pay for light. What else? Most likely you have clothing already. Sometimes people want to keep on buying clothes. So you have transportation, where you have to take transportation to go to work. So you round that off to let's say $100 for the week. You may buy a weekly Metro card that works. How much a Metro card costs now? Because they keep on raising these greedy ass people.
I had no idea.
Well, it's $3. It's $3 now for one way. So if it's $3 for one way, two ways $6. But it also depends. I can't really calculate that way, because they couldn't give you a weekly pass for $40-something, for $50-something based on the amount you're buying at once. So, but it's gonna be up there. I think it's gonna be up there. Let's run off to say it's about, let's say it's about $50 for the week, right? For Metro. So you take out let's call it, you take out $80 already. Let's run it off, $100 for food, right? So now you have $1,500. Now you have $1,400. You have light, depending on how much equipment you use, depending on how if you're using AC and all that stuff. Let's say run it off for the average Joe. My light is completely different, because I have servers, computer running 24/7 and stuff like that, and then my landlord installed this AC thing in the unit where it pull a lot of energy. So my light bill.
What is that?
The central air unit. So they install it, and then they put it on my light. So it distribute heat and it distribute air condition. Right. So I gotta pay for that. Technically, a landlord's supposed to provide the heat and so forth. So now he put that system in.
Then he would add it in your rent. Huh? He would add it in your rent.
Definitely no. So he put that in, and then he put it on my meter. So if I turn that sucker on, my light bill will go up. I turn on the AC, the heat, it's hitting my light bill. My light bill, about on our average, basically with that on the winter base, $400 or $500.
What, a month?
Yep.
Wait, a month?
Yeah. Because I'm running the heat, and then that unit suck a lot of energy.
Well, thank God for summer.
So the summer now I can save some money, because the light bill now with the computers running and all that stuff, it's not pulling that much energy. So probably about $1 and change, maybe $120, $130 for my light bill. But when the winter hits, that sucker's gonna scoop, because now we're using the central air unit, what the landlord installed. And put it on our meter. I mean, technically, he should have put it on his meter, but he gave us that to shoulder that responsibility. So now that even a lot of buildings are doing it too. So now he put more burden on you. So he's catch free. All he just do is providing you water and a shelter. Now you have to pay for light. You have to pay for gas. You have to pay for your heat. Then you have to pay him for rent.
Internet, if you got internet cable, you got to pay that too.
So if you got internet and then you need a phone. So all of that stuff, let me see.
Phone.
You have your phone. Let's say you may have they have different discounts. Let's run it up to about $60 for your unlimited phone bill. Depends on the manufacturer.
I need that. I need whatever.
Then you have You have what else? You have your food, which is $100. Then you have, if you have cable or internet services, let's say that's another $50.
Right, but then this get back to the point that I think the broader point that I'm trying to make is like you said, we have our wants, so we have our needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have what's necessary, and we have what might just be luxury. So now we have to increase our priorities and say whether or not we're gonna have cable, whether or not we're gonna have internet, or shop around to see what's the best deal.
I mean, you somewhere down the line, whether you're single or have a family, you technically, most people are going to want to have some type of internet service. There's so much they can rely on their phone because number one is that.
No, but personally, I used to sell internet service, and a lot of times we would upsell.
What do you mean by upsell?
It means that most of the time it's more commission, at least what I was doing. And the thing is that you might sell a non-smoker a smoker plan kind of thing, like in insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you might offer somebody some next level internet service, and they might, on average, no one even use half of it, but they're paying for it.
Right.
So consumer have to be real smart about what it is they need and what it is they actually get it.
And then you have this other luxury. You have Netflix and other streaming services.
You can run an internet test on your phone, to see how much internet you get in.
Yeah, I mean, those, yeah, you have those standard websites where you can go to, which is on your phone or on your computer. One of them is I think is speedtest.net.
Right, you see, you go to Google and put run speed test, and then you see the internet speed that you're pulling.
Well, you don't mind about the speed. What you're trying to face is the cost of what it's costing you. So
right, but a lot of people are paying for services that
they don't need that much bandwidth. So
correct.
for instance,
right.
So instead of you're paying a $60 or $70 worth plan, then you can downgrade it to like maybe a $30 plan.
Yes.
Where you would probably kind of get in that same speed. It just maybe knock off some if you are getting
the same access, it's a different speed. But
yeah, you just have a different speed, a little bit slower and stuff like that. But I mean, most of these,
we gotta deal with it if those are the times that we're dealing with.
the standard speed right now, it doesn't matter. It would handle most of the stuff what you already streaming from YouTube, Vimeo, or live streaming and stuff like that. It would handle that. Yeah. It's just you just have to sit down. So with this scenario we painting, with this Joe, whether it's a female or a male, right now he kind of tackle off with maybe like leftover maybe about $1,200 in his pocket after he pay his rent, is buying food, paying light bill, have his phone bill, yada yada. So maybe he have to buy for food like 3 or twice for the month, or 2 times or 3 times. See, you run that off.
I'm looking at the scenario. Most men or women, if there's one single individual, they're still gonna have a lot of responsibilities. Like they're still gonna have.
Well, you're gonna have a lot of responsibility.
They're still gonna have kids.
Well, I remember I use the term single first, so you don't have no kid. I mean, you could be a single mom. That's true. You could be a single dad. But this scenario was based on someone don't have any human responsibility.
Is that realistic though?
Yeah, I know of people that living a single life. A friend of mine, he living a single life. I can't remember if he's sharing or he lived by himself. There's many people out there, whether it's female or male, that live in a single life, don't have no kids, live by themselves. Well, majority of them you will see have kids. Okay. Right. Majority of what you see out there have kids. But you have people out there also that live in a single life, not because they don't have kids, they don't want kids, but it's just like maybe they were careful when they're having intercourse with their partner, and they want to make sure that when they having kids, they are settled down. Either they're married. Some people want to wait until they're married.
Right.
Some people just want kids whether they're married or not.
Seems like a very smart thing to do.
What's that? Yeah, I mean, I would not want to bring
You don't stretch yourself thin. You understand?
If I let's say I'm sitting down and premeditate to bring a child in this world, I'm gonna weigh my finance first to see if it's legit, if its logic makes sense, because I'm looking at my finance. I don't want to bring a child in there and then have him to suffer or have her suffer. So you want also to pay attention. And most average Joe don't do that. I mean, they're in the passion of the heat. They're not thinking about that,
right.
you know, with their husband or with their boyfriend, and then later on down the line, they never really planned for that, you know, at the end of the day. So now they have to try to restructure their financial, which can be a burden to them, because they may be all right, barely passing the survival line, and then this baby come in the picture, now put them underneath that survival line. So now they completely struggling. So I mean, you have people out there that also plan to have a child. And so that is the best thing to do. You know, you plan to have a child, and that should push you in a financial structure where you sit down with you and your partner, and you look on it and you say, okay, you know, we're making this together, or, you know, and we need this child is going to come, he's going to take at least this resources and stuff like that. There was a study, not cutting myself off, there was a study that a child from the average, from when he was born to, I think, 18, you spend, I think it was like 12 or 13 million on him.
Say what?
There was a study, conduct a study that when you take care of a child,
I seen that, like, I think.
Yeah, I know it just said it's million. How high, I can't remember if it was like 10 million or 5 million or whatever the case. And I'm like, how? I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, when did I spend 20 million or 10 million or 5 million on a child? I mean,
that stuff adds up.
I mean,
I don't think
that's a lot of money, though.
it is. This is a lot of
I mean, from 0 to 18, and sometimes it's 21, you know, you spend money until 21. Millions? I don't know. I just couldn't.
It's a lot of money. It means you're an expensive guy.
I just couldn't see it.
It costs a lot of money for you to be this age.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, growing up, but I mean, millions. When they reveal a study on the news, I'm like, what?
I've seen that.
How you spend so much, but yet you broke? You're spending millions raising this kid, but yet you're broke.
Right. It means that if we're able to somehow save that money, you know, gradually, it builds over time without really noticing. You understand me?
Mm.
So if we're able to put a little something aside, it adds up naturally. So now I think it would be very, very wise, you know, whenever we, like you said, we call it rainy day fund or something like that. It makes sense for us to try to put something on the reserve all the time, have a little safety net.
One of the mistakes I make, people, when my sons were born, someone shared with me that you need to open up a bank account for them and just put $100 in and leave it until they're 18 or 19.
$100.
$100 or $200, whatever you can afford, and just put it in a bank account, whether you want to lock it as a CD or just put it there regular and just leave it. Just forget about it and let it sit there until they're 18 years of age or 19 years of age. I think that would pull some college funds for them at least. I made a mistake because I was told 3 times to do this, and I neglected, and then I realized when they reach of age, I was thinking of doing it, but it was pointless at that moment.
Was it?
Yeah, because there was they already passed 9, 10, and then they're putting $100, and what are you going to get back in the next 7, 8 years?
There's no interest in that.
You know, so it was kind of, and then it also depends on the timing. The timing meaning that how our dollars are, what's the value of our dollar right now. You see, so that is the key piece.
Right, because it loses value over
It
time.
loses value over time. So
100%.
back then, maybe 10, 15, say 18 years ago or 19 years ago, the value for a dollar was a little bit higher. I mean, now. So now you try to compare the dollar, what it right now to compare in the past. It's completely different.
Right.
The one in the past worth more than the one right now.
Right, naturally, because of its purchasing power ability, right? Because the price of goods and services goes up every year.
Right.
So back then, what we were able to get for about $1 would probably now cost us $2.50.
Correct.
You understand me? So it wouldn't make sense to just save that money, leave it there to linger.
Yeah. This would work. I mean, you have to wait a time period. So you're looking in today's time, you really can't put away $100. No, I would say maybe you put a $500 each, or if you have one kid, you put a $500 in the account.
Put some.
Yeah, and then just let it sit there until that child become 18. It is a strategy. It's something that you can look into if it's something that you want, and then you can use that money now for when the child grew up, graduate from high school, and want to head to college. It may not alleviate or it may not take away the entire college funds in the sense of you paying for
responsibility,
but at least it would take away a portion of it, from your help you. Instead of you paying everything out of your pocket, now you can go into this reserve fund what you put away for 19 years.
Right.
And then use that to help
which
yourself.
would be a substantial relief to anybody.
Because college student fee right now, you don't want to, I mean, if you're not knocking $200,000-300,000 a year, I really, probably about that, it's probably about, to go to the full year, it's about $80,000-90,000 a year.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
So
it is
you're looking at 4 years, there's a quarter or a half a mil, for that child education. And then they have a study just now that the average Joe doesn't make back that money. Their profession is not going to provide back that money.
I think, I don't want to sound dark, but most people can't even find a job like when they get out of college.
You look at now. I mean,
yeah, I think school, we could teach ourselves now because there's a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But we should find out how to have like some type of supplemental income or second stream of income rather than just relying on one stream of income, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we should be more entrepreneurial in our minds, right? We shouldn't try to become somebody just so we could work. Right?
I mean, you looking at where you're going to have to do what you got to do, as what they said you got to do to survive. So if you're making $10 and you know that $10 is not helping you out, is it two things you do? Either you find another job that paying you $20 or $15, mm-hmm. or you find an additional job that brings that extra $10 to the table to what you already currently having.
Scale back on our spending.
Yeah.
You got to cut back somehow.
You cut back at the same time. I'm looking on my structure itself, I mean, overall, and I just buy 90%, I'm buying what I need. And it still sometimes can be challenging, based on what's...
It is challenging. I used to fill up gas once a week. I got to get it like every 5-6 days. I used to fill up Sunday to Sunday.
And you look on that, gas right now, I mean, it kind of dropped a little bit, but it's probably going to go back up because Iran closed the border again. And
well, yeah, the negotiation talk.
Yeah, but the funniest thing, these guys were saying that, I don't know what Trump is talking about. We don't have no negotiation. I didn't sit on a table at the end of it. So right now, U.S. look foolish. The U.S. look foolish.
God
Trump...
Iran just threatened to start sinking our ships.
Well, I mean, it's sad. I mean, hopefully we don't lose any life like those soldiers and stuff like that. But this war was unnecessary. So it's going to come down now that innocent soldiers are going to die. Navy SEALs or the Army or whoever. Some men going to lose their life for what? For Trump to start an unnecessary war. Now, the fact that this was uncalled for, the NATO that fall apart, when I use the term fall apart, meaning that they're not supporting Trump, they are grouping together to, in a sense, boycott the U.S. They already initiate something like that, including Canada and other region in Europe, where they're like, we're not supporting this crap. Remember, Trump called on them at one point on NATO for them to go in and help him destroy Iran. And they're like, hell no, we didn't start this war. And number two is that you go and start this war, you didn't notify us. Now you want to help, now you're ready to notify us. It doesn't work that way. So he there now getting a hissy fit. Oh, I didn't trust the NATOs, and you guys are losers. And this. But
that's exactly what he's saying too.
How they're a loser when you went and started a war, what Israel started, and that had nothing to do with us. You have so many issues going on here economically. You have so many issues going on here. You have so much homelessness. You have crimes. Why don't you just like how you take that, find those money to invest into military services to make us one of the most powerful country military-wise? Why don't you find those type of billions and put it into the infrastructure here?
Right.
For people well-being, for people health insurance. Europe is on a free-based health insurance, and they're surviving. But every time something like that come up, the Obamacare was something similar to that.
It was struck
He
down.
come in, it was in place.
Yeah, he discontinued it though.
Did he?
I believe so.
So, and then he do that, and
I know the price of medication for individuals who are retired, getting a pension, having a fixed income, and medication just spiked up, it's skyrocketed.
So he want to knock that out the place, but he doesn't have anything to put in place. So he's doing it for spite because he don't like Obama, because whatever the case may be. No, if I come up with a better plan, then all means, you can throw Obamacare out the window and stuff like that because I have a better plan, and the people are going to benefit from my plan better than Obamacare. Fair enough. I'll run with that. You don't have anything, but you want to throw it out the window. You see,
right.
guys.
Part two, the Obamacare wasn't entirely dismantled. It wasn't discontinued. There was just a lot of change to it.
Right. People, you see, and I'm glad, again, in a sense, this is happening. It's just sad part that I'm facing it as well. You see that you are in a turmoil right now when it comes to your financial and country financial structure because of Trump. Trump is making money.
A lot of it.
You and I are suffering, and he's making money off our backs.
Billions.
You put this guy back in power thinking that you're going to gain some type of a wealth, you're going to gain some type of a financial enlargement or development or success. And I laugh at both, all you guys now, because what do you think was going to happen? You think you're going to have a booming economy, your money was coming in so much that you can give it away and stuff like that?
You did call it too, though.
And I called it out. I said, it's not going to happen. Just like when you put Kandadi in office, you voted because Kandadi con you.
Mom Donnie.
He con you, telling you that he's going to free bus ride, he's going to provide groceries for whatever, tax the rich and stuff like that. All of that stuff cannot be done without Albany, which is like our New York Congress. It cannot be done without them approving it. So, and then the MTA is an individual entity. He can't just get up and give you free bus rides. So if he does that, he's going to have to pay for every one of us, right? Right now, the state is struggling for funds. They're looking for money because they say they don't have that much money. So now, if we had gone with that scenario where he would pay for everyone that's in New York to ride a bus for free, paid for the MTA,
Right.
right? Pay MTA for every person who's gonna take the train and stuff like that. The state would be broke.
It wouldn't be sustainable.
Yeah, broke. So,
But that's the promise that he ran his election on.
but because people are hurting, they're not thinking logically. They were thinking emotionally, and they hear free, they hear this, and they does. Oh yeah, he's the savior, he's the man, and they run with it and put instead of thinking on a practical level, logical level,
Realistic. Right.
looking on a realistic level, and realize that wait a minute, this man can't just look. He started was about to tax raising housing tax. Mm-hmm. Now he pulled back and he said, "Oh, we are changing. We are going to put it on. If you have two house that's over $1 million or $2 million, then we're gonna raise a 10% tax on that or whatever the case. Even some of that people are kicking back on. He came back when this free public transportation. Nothing said about it. It just died out. Not happened. He finally also come out with this free food market, government supermarket. He found some open space in Harlem, and talking about this is where the first government supermarket is gonna. So obviously he's not gonna give away food. It's just that if you go to the supermarket and buy this juice and you pay $4 at that supermarket, at the government supermarket you may pay $1.50 or $2. Mm-hmm. That's a saving. Yes, it would help out a lot of people, but imagine what type of product they're going to be selling. They're not going to sell in quality stuff. No. Exactly. So, in other words, I mean, Bronx right now.
Imagine the amount of jobs that are going to be lost too. The supermarket.
Because the other supermarkets now, you're going to put pressure on them, and if everyone is running to this free-based supermarket or this knockoff, so what, saving supermarket, nobody's not going to be shopping at Old Foods, Stop and Shop, and ShopRite, and
Kroger,
Food Mart, Food Bazaar, and all those stuff. They're not going to be shopping there a lot anymore, and these guys now are going to start feeling the pinch because everybody's running to the free one in a sense. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, now that's going to impact the economy now because how many are these free places going to? He claimed that he found a spot and this should be come in. They should build this and put this together.
But it should be done a little more. I don't want to cut you off. It should be done a little more strategically. Because imagine you're gonna just funnel like a whole concentration of people to this one place.
Well, he planning to build.
Can you imagine the checkout lines?
He's going to build up other places, but for now, the first one's supposed to come in a year or two. Right. Like, really? This is almost your end of your administration.
Correct.
This is bullshit.
I'm pretty sure they're going to run a pilot program. They're going to run a pilot
People
program.
Think. Huh?
They're going to run a pilot program where they're going to introduce one first and just see the feasibility of it, how doable it is to do it.
And maybe that's the one they are planning
to
open up in Harlem.
In Manhattan.
That's the one they plan. They found us, according to them, they found a spot in Harlem which is unused, and so this project or this thing's supposed to be coming to light maybe in
I'm waiting for it to kick off. I'm waiting for it to kick off. Can you
not be negative?
We need neighborhood supermarket. Can you imagine? I don't think you're gonna see people coming on public transportation with $50 to $200 worth of groceries, man. All they can do is be a Target. Can you understand that? Yeah. You have other people traveling with groceries. Where you gonna put them? First of all, you can't even roll a shopping cart to the trunk in the parking lot. So how you gonna travel with all that stuff? Come on, bro. That's why we go to the neighborhood supermarket.
Not only that, now it's gonna create. If you have that one supermarket that comes to light,
how people gonna
people who coming from all over the boroughs to trying to get benefit and try to get from that supermarket. Now the congestion. Now this is where congestion.
Yeah, the amount of money and time it's gonna cost them to get there, to shop.
So they're in Harlem. So now they may change. Now they may change because they're gonna see the amount of traffic going into that area. Now they probably changed the congestion borderline. Now they may push it up to, they had like, I think they had 68th Street, below 68th Street they charge you.
Yeah.
So now they may push it at 125th Street and say, yeah, let's catch
Easy,
it.
easy. Don't hype yourself up to be struck down.
Yo, I tell you, I tell you, these people, folks, as I said before, it's tough and it's gonna get tougher. No matter who, if you even put back Obama back in power right now, you may have some little leverage of breathing. Yeah, maybe have a little leeway, but it's still gonna get worse. No matter who you put in office, it's gonna get worse. And again, I'm coming from one main aspect, but I don't want to get too much into it, and it's a biblical aspect. Things going to get worse. It's not going to get better. And I'm not trying to sit here and be negative. I am speaking practicality. I'm speaking logics. I am speaking, again, from a spiritual standpoint. It's going to get worse. Every year we live, every year we get older. When it comes to the economy, when it comes to our lives, when it comes to overall, it's going to get worse. Well, specifically more for the economy. It's not going to get better. The dollars it's going to reach to the point where the money, what we see and hold in our hands to go and use and spend is going to be in the street, and it's going to be waste, like pointless. Just like, you see garbage in the street, this is how you're going to see money in the street. And now, I may not live to see that environment or that reality. Mm-hmm. Some of you may out there live to see it. If depends on your age, or depends on how fast this thing happened. Nonetheless, it's going to happen. So again, I'm not sitting here trying to breathe down negative. I'm telling you what's going to happen.
But you got to stay real, though. You got to stay real.
Without even the spiritual level, when you're looking at the structural system here in the U.S. and worldwide, we see that there's a lot of failures are happening. There's a lot of crises are happening financially, the economy is struggling. And again, it's going to get worse. Every year we live on this planet, it's get worse. Sometimes it may not sudden. Sometimes it just gets sudden. And but over time, it's just gradually getting worse. It's not going to get any better. So what do? We have their 401k, which it's tough to do that. We have our Social Security. Now they're planning to kind of abolish Social Security. I don't know how they're going to do that. At one point, the Social Security office, I think when I had like maybe 15,000 in my account, they're like, "Oh, you can retire now on what?
How much?
15,000. I'm gonna retire. Really?
For 2 years?
2 years. Give it about a year. 15 grand. I blow 15 grand in 2 days.
Yeah, but that's just so, like you said, it's not realistic. Mm-hmm. You understand? I see most people with more than that retire and they go get a second job.
Yeah, look at that old guy. I think it was Fund Me had to help him out, where this old guy is like in his 80s, and he has to go back and start doing Uber, and he's getting retirement.
He do Uber?
He has to go back and start doing Uber. I think it's DoorDash. Or Uber Eat or something of that sort.
Eats.
And someone saw him. This guy is like, because let's say he got a delivery and he come and drop it off. It takes him like 5-10 minutes to climb up the steps, to put down the groceries, and take his time to walk back out and go back in his car. And someone saw him and went to Fund Me and raised a couple GoFundMe and raised a couple of, I think it was like maybe 200,000 I think they raised for him. So, he doesn't have to do all this, and plus his wife wasn't working. I mean, so it's crazy. And he's retired and he's getting funds, but it's not enough for him to survive.
Right. We gotta be extra creative. I see extra creative. I see some some woman. She was doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, one of them courier service food services, and she realized that every time she took a picture of like the delivery for confirmation, the proof, she included like a part of her leg and her feet, and her tips increased tremendously. Just went up the roof.
That's just trying to, she's showing some legs, right?
Yeah, with the food.
With the food. You're like, who's that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now they're probably going to wait out for her. Now, next time they order, they probably hopefully they get that lady
Yeah, we gotta be
showing her
creative.
sexy legs.
We just gotta be creative. Somehow.
I think that's creative. Man.
Just put a little extra passion to it. You understand?
Yeah, she does make sure she wears some miniskirt and
Yeah,
just
need to-
take it with the thick ties and stuff like that.
It'll be extra creative. I seen one day I was at one of the chain restaurants. It might have been Longhorn Steakhouse, and that's the waiter he was just extremely attentive. He was just extremely attentive and present and available. Like he made himself so likable. It's like you have no choice but to really tip a little extra. So our tip is commensurated or just is aligned with the quality of service that we give. So I believe whatever we do, you know, I mean, we have to make sure that, you know, we put our care and attention into it, give it our best shot.
Yeah, I
Try to
agree.
get the best
I
out of
agree. I mean, you gotta, as what Angel said, you gotta be creative. I'm trying to do creative stuff to try to have that additional income flowing. Some people may have the luxury still. I mean, people who right now, actually, the funniest thing, I should say this. This was on 1010 Win News the other day. They said now for the average Joe to survive, to live in New York or just, I think it was specifically New York or just in general, you have to be making $150,000 to practically survive and live comfortable. 150 and up. The average Joe doesn't make that.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what they base that level of assessment on, because, like you said, you know, the average person doesn't make that. You know, I've seen, you said we just have to be creative.
Right. So I mean, they're probably going based on the economy. You know, buying clothes, buying food.
Right. We can't be overeating and overspending. You understand me? Well, one of my colleagues once told me a couple of years ago, say some days we're gonna eat a burger. We have a big burger. Some days you're just gonna have to eat a snack.
And
So we
some
have to
people,
gauge
you know,
we
they have
to gauge ourselves, see our circumstances.
they have the pride thing too, that they're like, you know what, I'm not eating at no McDonald's. No, I'm not saying you need to eat at McDonald's or so, because
Pride's got to go out the way respectfully.
I mean, if you're not going to McDonald's, look, I'm not trying to boycott anyone, but at the same time, these fast food places, they're not healthy either. Again, this is just from my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm not telling you stop buying from McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. You have your own life, you live it, but at the same time, things may be cheaper that way, and this is the route you can take, and so forth. I would recommend and I think one of the success is that when you calculate, and again, I am guilty. I'm no angel here, so instead of, and sometimes I sit and I calculate. I say, okay, I'm going to spend $20, $22 on a plate of food right now from the Jamaican spot, from the Mexican spot, or wherever, right? And I realize, you know what? I can buy 5 pounds of rice with that, 2 cases of chicken with that, 2 juice, some tomatoes, yada, yada, and I'm good. And that could be a week's meal. Yes, you're probably going to be eating the same thing, but at the same time, or you could buy one plate of chicken and then buy 1 plate of something else, whether it's I don't know, steak or because I see some steak strip where
It comes down to discipline, though.
yeah, I see some steak strip where you can get for like even $4 or $5 1 big long strip and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
But again, it's all based on the healthy stuff. I try to buy organic stuff as possible. Now, does that rule out that I'm going to live healthier? Not necessarily, because people who are vegetarian still wind up with cancer. People who are vegetarian still wind up with other sickness. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to make you healthier. I only do what I can do. I'm going to do my part. The rest is up to him. Pretty much, basically. That's all I can do. I control what I can control. And the rest, I leave it up to him. But I'm going to try to do my part. You know, I try to do my part. Eating healthy, which sometimes I'm guilty of. Not eating properly, not eating on time, et cetera, et cetera. And these are the key plays. Exercise as we get older too. We need to exercise and stuff like that. So these, not just, exercise is not just a key portion where you just do that and it then automatically become healthy. No, it's a whole structure. You need to eat right. You need to get your rest. You need exercise. You need to go to your bed at a certain time. So all of this put in place. Just getting up and you living a bad life where you go to bed when you feel like, and again, I'm guilty, but you go to bed when you feel like 2, 3 in the morning and getting up at 5, 6, 7 o'clock. It's not good for your body. Your body requires at least 7 to 8 hours. Right? If you get 7, you're
start
good.
breaking down eventually.
And then you have the other side where they said drink water. Also, you know, from the health,
like full glass of
water and stuff like that. But all of this, you cannot isolate them by themselves. All this come together. You know, sleeping right, you know, eating right, exercising, going to bed on time, eating properly, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Don't eat too late. All of these stuff are combined. Just getting up, going to the gym, and then you're living all these bad lifestyle is not going to help you. You have to do the whole shebang. That's how it will help. But it still doesn't guarantee you that it will. You would wind up being healthy, full-fledged. But you're still doing your part, and you leave it up to the master after that. Let he handle that side, as long as you're doing your side.
I like that.
But folks, it is a tough time, economy-wise. I would say try, whatever you can do. I even started thinking about it. It's a waste of time to try to live for the Joneses, and
trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, it's a waste of time, because you're gonna put yourself in debt, because the Jones maybe could handle it. They probably could manage it. They probably can afford it. You can afford it, and you see what the Joneses are doing, and then you want to feel like the Joneses, and you go, well, if that's the case, find something where you can bring that extra or that fully income in, so you can live like the Joneses. But don't try to live like the Joneses on $10 coming in a year, and the Joneses making $50. It's not gonna work.
Trying to get the Joneses, trying to live like you.
It's not gonna work, bro. So
realistically,
talk to some financial advisor. Or again, we are not advisors. We're just sharing our opinion, what we think could work for us. I'm still struggling with, even with this little knowledge I have. It also comes down to discipline. So I can sit here, preach and teach all the time, and if I don't have that discipline, all what I just share with you and try to follow right through the window. So that is a key piece, and you have to have discipline to follow through with this. You can't just start today and then just fade off. Just like when we have New Year's commitment, where we pledge, I'm going to do this, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm going to stop doing this when the new year starts. Some of us run for about a month.
Yo, for real, everybody be like in high gear with their resolution.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks in January, they're like, what resolution are you talking about?
They regress.
I'm guilty. Hey, I'm guilty as well.
You got a plan. You got to follow through with it.
This is where the discipline.
Don't make your plans a little too ambitious. Make sure it's within your reach.
Yeah. One day at a time, you creep. I mean, when a baby born, he started creeping before he walks, right?
Right.
I've never heard of any baby that just born start walking.
I've never seen that.
So I've never seen that. The possibility may be out there. I doubt it, but at the same time, I can't write it in stone that it doesn't exist. But on on a whole, we see that a baby's born, he take time, grow up, he practice to walk, then, he creep first, then he walk, and then he started running and all that stuff. So that's what we got to do when it comes to the financial structure of our lives. We take a little time, started creeping, we put this aside, we restructure this, things I'm not saying that don't get, because I want nice things too. I want to have little nice things too. Nice things. But you have to apply it how often you want to have nice things. Not because you see your boy down the block, he went to buy a Gucci shirt or that cost $9 million, then you're like, oh, we rolling hard, and I gotta buy me some Chanel or some Gucci or some Versace or some Klein, and because you want to keep up with your boy. And sometimes, when I look at some of these guys out there, female, I use the term guys, but I'm talking about female and male. Some of them have cars, and they live in their car. They have nowhere to go. It's just their car. But when they go out, whether they go to the club or a restaurant or just on the street, oh, my goodness, they look like $1 million.
100%. Well,
and then the funniest thing is that people out there who have $1 million doesn't look like them. They look like the average Joe that walking in the street. Like one of my favorite, Warren Buffett. If someone don't know who Warren Buffett is and you see him on the street, you think he's some poor white guy.
Right, one of the greatest investors there is. You understand? But like you said, he's very smart with his money. Guy's just...
Yeah, and this guy is a billionaire, and look how he carry himself. Yeah, he doesn't carry himself like a bum, but again, he carry himself on an average level where he dress on an average level. He doesn't wear $9 million robe. And see, one of the things with our black culture, and this is so sad though, one of the things with our black culture, as soon as they get a few dollars in their hand, and rappers do it, people who are climbing up the ladder, they have this new thing which is trending for the last 2 years or so. They're having these big chain diamonds. Some of them are fake. And they're trying to create this illusion to society that, they got it well and life is doing well and so on and so on. And a lot of them are struggling. I'm like, what is the point? Who are you trying? I mean, some guys are probably doing it for females. They do it to try to impress the females because females, they like this bling bling. Once they have your status.
Yeah, some people do it for their own self-gratification to, I guess, appease to their ego, satisfy their ego.
And I think it's just monkey see, monkey do. Pretty much.
That too.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna wear $5,000 or $10,000 chain, and either your kid or yourself, you're still struggling to find your landlord 2 months rent, or you late your payment.
It comes at a price outside of what it costs.
Yeah, for what I mean, it's again, outside of the dollar value. I am not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite. I want to look nice. But I'm gonna try to stay, because one of the things I plan to do, if I do get rich, millionaire or whatever the case may be, I think and I hope that is facts, because you can say one thing now when you're in a situation is a different story.
Oh yeah, kind of like when you're waiting for your tax money, everything you're gonna do. And
but I do hope and pray and trust that if I do get rich, I'm going to maintain. Yes, I'm still going to buy some nice
When you get rich.
Yeah, I'm still going to buy some nice things. I don't know if I'm going to get rich. I can't say when.
But I'm going to tell you right now, when I get rich, this is what I'm going to do.
If I do get rich, I'm going to be realistic.
But I believe sometimes we're able to speak our reality into existence.
I don't know where you get that from. Don't listen to Mike and Justin. Listen.
That's just real how we condition our minds. You understand me?
I may condition my mind from when I was birthed, knowing myself to get rich, to be wealthy. I'm still broke.
You know what I spoke into reality? I was back home a couple of years ago, a while back. Every time I said, you know what? When I get to the United States, that's how I used to talk. I'm not going to sound like it's an impossibility because I know the doability of it.
If you work towards it, the possibility become higher. Yes, and that's what I'm hoping people will do. Work towards it.
You kind of just made my point.
Nonetheless, it doesn't guarantee you that because you're working towards.
All right, guys. When we get rich, When we get
Well, he
rich.
want to foresee and speaking into the future.
Yeah, speaking
I,
into existence.
I'm gonna speak in reality base. If I do get rich, right? People dying trying, right? And I'm gonna continue
You
trying.
sound like a dark. You sound like a dark,
I'm
dark
gonna
person.
continue trying to get rich, find different avenues,
My perspective is
being
when
creative
this-
at the end of the day to get it. But if it doesn't come,
when I get rich, there gonna be some distribution going on.
yeah, well, if the garage, and please like, share, and subscribe. Please share it out. So
Yes,
when
please
we reach to the level where we're making some money from YouTube or sponsors and stuff like that, we can help return this wealth to you. We can.
Absolutely.
We're not gonna be like Mandati. We're not gonna con you. We will return. Where we give you an iPod, we give you. I mean, if we reach to the level, we give you a Benz, a BMW,
Right.
a Black Man Wish.
We gradualize them, but we get in there.
Give you some groceries, buy you a month worth of groceries and stuff like that. We will contribute, and it's a promise. If you get us out there, help get us out there.
Please like, share,
we
subscribe.
will return to you. We're not gonna con you like our Kandadi. We know economy is bad. People are suffering, and I know New Yorkers are just overall people are in a vulnerable state, and they can get help wherever they can get help. I mean, they definitely would appreciate it. We here, as much as we self-sufficient and glad that we are that way. We're not relying on anyone so far for anything, but we don't know where life will take us. We don't know if we're really gonna depend on someone. But at the same time, we are here to also invest and make some money too. This is not just a fun forum what we have here. This is kind of a business as well. So with that said, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. And when we do reach up to the level of Mr. Beast and these other KiCat, whatever these streamers or these YouTube bloggers and stuff like that, making their thousands a month and stuff like that. Yeah, making their thousands a month and thousands of thousands.
How much a month?
These guys making $40,000-$30,000 a month.
Right. I thought you said $1,000 a month.
No, 30, 40, sometimes 50. Look, Mr. Beast, I think a couple of years ago, I think this was maybe 7, 8 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago. They did a status of his income, $50 million for that year.
Yeah.
Imagine now he's worse. Now he's like his subscribers. I think it's like 400 million or something like that sort. It's crazy. He's pulling money, but he has the money
out here. So when we get it, you're gonna get it.
Pretty much. In summary, when we get it, you get it. And please hold me to that charge, because as I said, I'm a person. I try to keep my promise. I do my best to try. It doesn't mean that I don't fail, but I do my best to try to keep a promise. Anytime I make a promise to you, it's on a high scale that I would fulfill it. If it's delayed, it's because of certain circumstances, but I will try to fulfill it before I go.
You follow through though, so
yeah.
Definitely great.
Well, folks, it's been that time. Thank you for stopping by here. You want to give your final thought based on what we were, talking about our financial structure and how to encourage society, them to save and to just live in their means.
Right. I think my thing is just be very confident in your ability. We're able to do great things, but we kind of have to believe it in order to do it. Just stay confident. Don't work too hard to. I think we don't want to work too hard to show that we're valuable. We just kind of want to be valuable. So just keep learning all the time from whatever. Cause we could use history to help us in a lot of things. Life is definitely very challenging, but it's not always hard. It's just human beings, I believe, sometimes ignore a lot of signs, a lot of red flags, a lot of history. You understand me? But the reality is that we have to use our past to help our future. So
very profound, very profound. And folks, from my 2 cents, as I said, try to started planning for a rainy day, especially if you have a family. Think twice. Things that is not needed. Again, I'm guilty. I'm still struggling, and I'm trying to put things in perspective. As you get older, you would get wiser too, and not everyone. Sometimes people get older and they even become even dumber than how they should be getting wiser in the situation. Follow people who you can look up to, who you can mimic on a positive level, on a good structured level financially. Find someone. You have groups out there. You have people out there. You have the internet. Internet has so much information that you can go out, search.
Right.
YouTube.
That's a fact.
It's YouTube. I have YouTube and Google is my Yale and Princeton. When you need to do some research, when you need to, I cannot think of you that looking on YouTube. I mean, whatever you're looking for is on YouTube. Well, except porn. But I think on a more, and you maybe find it there because there's not everything they can flag. But on a whole, on a whole, anything you're looking for to learn, to develop, to be creative, or to get a tutorial on something you may bought and you're trying to figure out how to work it. I mean, you go YouTube, Google, pretty much the same thing. I mean, everything is pretty much there. I mean, you can find all these resources to help you grow, to edify yourself so you can grow and become more wiser financially, be more structured financially, and just plan for the worst financially, that you don't get left out, because these guys in the White House, these guys in Gracie Mansion and elsewhere, they're not looking out for you.
Right. The powers that be.
They give a rat's behind about you. What they're worrying about is them, how many more money they can put in their pocket off of your shoulder, et cetera, et cetera. So look out for you. I'm not telling you to do anything illegal, but I'm telling you to do, as what Angel said, be creative. Think of things where you can be creative and make that extra income, and then you made that using that extra income and you just put it away, and then you live off your regular income what you have. I mean, thinking about that too, that's a strategy I may implement.
I like that. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think also, there's a lot of like frustration. There's gonna be a lot of times that we feel dispirited. We feel heartbroken, but things are gonna break. Stuff is gonna happen, but whenever things break, we're gonna be all right, so long as we don't let our spirits break with it.
Yep. And on that note, people, thank you for joining us. We hope you next week we will have King Tox
in the building
again, and hopefully Mike Baby Trump will join him as well as he return. But hopefully, he's still here with us in spirit and still supporting us. But eventually he will be back. But King Talks will be back next week. And so stay tuned for more edifying, more reviving, more, hyper and good topics as we discuss. And we're going to still try to discuss our one thing to our main forum. Today we discuss our financial structure. I mean, we know we're not financial expert, but we can share with you our little 2 cents and our little experience.
You don't have a degree in finance, right? I do have a degree in finance.
You do have it? So if you want, reach out to the garage.
With 14 years experience in finance.
So there you go. I don't know if he could offer you any
real solid,
but we have an expert here. At the end of the day, I am not. I'm an expert of wasting money.
You're a humble guy.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time, same place. Peace.